Good evening, my name is Tere. This is my work from Chapter 3, The Learning of a Second Language. This video is about 10 ways of dealing with the obstacles to L2 use. According to the ontology and my personal experience, I have created this video. We need to remember how the learning of a second language occurs. 10 ways of dealing with obstacles to L2 use. The learning of a second language is the result of the interaction of different factors. For this reason, teachers face different obstacles. Individual learning. Individual factors play an important role in the success of learning. Number one, affective personality, attitude, motivation, attitude. There are different ways to learn English. For some students, it's easier to learn visually with the use of images and videos. For others, it is important to learn through auditory stimulation, such as songs and listening activities. And for other students who are more verbal, it is necessary to have lots of oral practice. In our classes, we should use all of these methods to develop our students' skills, and it is also important to give a positive feedback to our students through encouraging words as good job, great, excellent, perfect, so they feel motivated to keep learning. Number two, cognitive aptitude learning or cognitive styles intelligence learning strategies. A person's characteristics or way of perceiving, thinking, remembering, and problem solving influences the way in which they learn. Cognitive styles might differ and prefer elements or activities such as group work, pair work, individual work. We can also include more structured versus less defined activities or visual versus verbal encoding. Number three, other, age. About the age, no matter the age of our students, young children, teenagers, young adults, or adults, motivation is the key to success. Learning games will be essential for teaching them, while winning games gives them rewards for their learning, which enforces their desire to keep learning. Input. It text refers to that part of the input which is really processed and assimilated by the learners. Number four, behaviorism. Stress the importance of input by forming a series of habits. Stresses the importance of input by forming a series of habits, making English a part of their daily life by practicing conventional speech. Understanding is always more useful than memorizing. Doing so will result in the understanding the meaning of certain words as well as interpreting them in a context. With the constant practice of using those words in sentences. Development of a fluent and smooth language development. Number five, it is necessary to go back to areas already studied to consolidate them. Well, it is necessary to go back to areas which have already been studied to consolidate them. Related new information to things they already know by making short stories with the topics that were taught in class. They may also practice by filling in the gaps in sentences. Foreign talk. Teacher talk has similar features with the parent talk. Number 6. The need to negotiate meaning and to simplify language. Students need to negotiate meaning and simplify the language to apply to daily life scenarios, such as going shopping and talking to the cashier in English, so they can practice their negotiation skills and many other scenarios we can create for them to practice. We can include activities full of vocabulary where they need to get the word and practice new vocabulary. I believe that the best way for students to pick up a language is from an early stage of education so they may gain knowledge without conscious learning. But we can also achieve this non-conscious learning with activities such as games like charades, word guessing, role plays, memorize dialogues and characters, and so much more. This is the method. We can also explore already tested activities or come up with our own. Just make it fun so our students enjoy the process of learning. The effects of input and interaction on comprehension. Number 7. Modification and interaction produce higher level of comprehension. For each student to be able to develop a higher level than the current one, it is necessary to give them input which it is a bit higher than what they know, so that they can be interested and excited about their new knowledge. Number 8. When students have opportunity to ask questions, they have better comprehension. Well, I think when the students have the opportunity to ask questions, they will be more interested and gain more confidence in their speaking abilities. Number 9. It is necessary to modify and simplify a task. Well, I think it's necessary to modify or simplify a task depending on the level of students. Any activity or game should be adapted to our students' level. It should be challenging enough to catch their attention, but not too difficult for them to desist. There are many activities that we can be done: creating habits, adding new ones, reading books together, talking about them, and retelling those stories which will lead them to keep thinking about it and after school. Number 10. Optimal learning environment. High quantity of input directed to the students perceive need to communicate, control over topic choice, opportunity to listen and to produce language, exposure to a high amount of directives, exposure to a high quantity of extended utterances, opportunities for an inhabit practice. To create an optimal learning environment, in my experience, I believe motivation is the key to learning a new language. When the students are motivated, they can acquire knowledge more easily and build much knowledge by making more connections and being exposed to constant practice. Speaking English in all the time or as much as possible will enable them to feel confident enough to speak the language. Students must have safe spaces to practice where they are not afraid to make mistakes, but through much practice they can learn from those mistakes and gain confidence. Thank you so much, teacher. I hope that you like my presentation.